I never made class into shapes. This is the result of the imagination of an 8-year-old. Sitting next to my mother, my first airplane ride, I made class into Garfield. Man, I Christopher Columbus discovered Miami. I have been 8 years since seeing my family. This summer I take an airplane ride alone because I'm a big boy now. But at 13, I don't imagine cartoons in the clouds. Man, I see big breasts with Nintendo controllers. Funny how things change. For the age of 13, your imagination is so fragile. In reality, it seems like a fantasy. See, we pull up to this home that's smaller than I remember. The scent of my grandmother's flower remind me what I have missed. Like her, ya necesito tiempo de comer. She always made chicken because she knew I hated fish. But before we stepped in, my father tells me a few things have changed. Your grandmother, well, she's sick. So I remember running to the kitchen and smell her cooking. Instead, she lay in her bed, blank staring, her eyes unable to use the bathroom or eat on her own. Man, she doesn't respond for my many attempts to tell her I am back. But like I say, estoy aquí. See, I whisper I love you 1,000 times, and I take a deep breath, and I reopen my eyes. Now I join a group of people over in black and mourning her death, and I stay close to her coffin, holding her cold hand. That completely fucked me up.
Holding her cold hand.
Holding her cold hand. Fuck. People put your phones on fucking silent, vibrate, put it between your legs, and let me call you all night. I stay close to her coffin, holding cold breath, and I can't let go, and I tell her, take me with you to paradise, because I'm living in hell now. As I try to tell her I love you one last time, I felt long skinny fingers one on my neck, clutching my throat, a cold breath under my ear. As the green grievous feet and digs into my chest cavity, pulls away my heart. I try to scream I love you, but I know they're going to deaf ears. So I'll go sit next to my father. Not a single tear dropped from my cheek. Maricones solamente lloran. All the gays cry, he tells me. His glass of coke is almost setting his hand as he gives us the insight to life. God takes away what we love the most to test our faith. Well, 13, this was like 2 plus 2 equals 6. And I couldn't understand why I was the only person who told me I love me truly meant it. Now let's forward 10 years into the future. Man, I haven't spoken to my father since I was my trip when I was 13. By the age of 23, I needed some answers. So I took an 8-hour flight back, and this time I didn't even look at the clouds. I needed to know why. So I took my time and waited for my opportunity. In my uncle's house at 5 a.m., me, my cousin, uncle, and father have a conversation about life. They talk about how my grandfather was the head of the clan, and reminded when my grandmother was the backbone. The conversation leads a little bit more. And with a few drinks, I mean, man, I couldn't hold on it no more. So I burst, why? How come you haven't come to see me in over 10 years? How come you haven't told me I love you in over 15 years? Don't you know I'm fucked up? Man, I can't handle the relationship. I fuck everything I touch. I cheat, hustle, and I don't know what to do in my life. Man, I've been to so many damn schools. I have a collection of student IDs, and I used to get a discount at their movies. Why? Why didn't you love me? Was I not good enough for you to call yourself my father? See, I needed to teach me how to shave, how to do a tie, how to drive a stick shift. Why? His first response is your mother. Man, I school home about my mother. My mother had 2 jobs supporting me and my sister. She has been my rock as I touch her about my grandmother's passing. So till I watch his tongue. This is between me and you. And I reminded what he once told me while I was young. God takes away what we love the most to test our faith. So where is your faith, Father? And he has no answer. And for the first time I see my father cry. But I think I ain't see no remorse in his eyes. 1 year later, I haven't found the answers I've been looking for. My long relationship was in the bricks, but how can I love someone when I don't even love myself? So I do what I know how to do best. Man, I bury myself with pussy. See, I had a different girl every week in the venue writing poems to get a reaction from the crowd so I can feel it like I meant something. Well, applauses, man, they don't take the pain away. A year after that, my one-night stand that was supposed to make me forget about my last love was carrying my child. See, the moon turned to the sun, and I was going to have a son. When does some man realize that he becomes a man? Anybody? Yeah, the same answer made me realize I wasn't a man just yet. So my son's birth, I was the one that was reborn. And I remember walking out of the hospital with my eyes clouded by tears of joy. And when my head rose at the end of the hallway, I see the Green River staring right at me. And I noticed him holding a skeleton spot that heart that he once stole while I was young. So a swift move, I pull out my pen, and I put a bullet into his eyes, and I take back what belongs to me. And for this of my soul, I see I scream, I love me. See, I love me. See, I love me, because the only way to truly love somebody else is by loving yourself first. Thank you.